Hi, I let me get Facebook involved first. Hey guys, I'm so sorry. Um, I I read The Greatest Showman, but I didn't um explain to you why I read it to you. So let me just read it again for those of you who didn't see my last post about an hour ago. So let me just read it to you again. Um, the part that I read in it, and this time I will explain it. Um, okay, so it says right here, right now, I put the offer out. Don't want to chase you down. I know you see it. You run with me, and I can cut you free out of the uh, out of the drudgery and walls that keep you in. So trade the typical for something colorful. And if it's crazy, live a little crazy. You you can play it sensible, can have conventional, or you can risk it all and see. And the chorus says, "Don't you want to get away from the same old part you gotta play? Cause I got what you need. So come with me and take a ride. I'll take you to the other side." Um, when I made this reference as far as hope goes, let me tell you a bit about the story about this whole scene and how it comes about. Um, the main character, P.T. Barnum, he's a he's he's done a lot of odd jobs, and he's kind of a crazy character. He comes upon um, the job that he had before. He lost that job again, and then he comes upon this theater, and he's a guy with a lot of ideas and a lot of big dreams, and he has this idea to open up this theater with a lot of uh, people that are different. Um, so he goes in search of all these people that are different, rallies them up, promises to put them in a show, but he's broke and doesn't have any money. So he goes to this guy. I forget what Zac Efron's character's name is. and says, hey, um, want to join me? And Zac Efron's character, you get the sense that he's a rich guy with a lot of money, but he's bored and he's lost hope. He's lost, like he has everything, but he's lost a sense of purpose. And so P.T. Barnum comes to this guy and says, join me in this like adventure of a lifetime, basically. And the reason I made reference to it is that that's what the Lord's saying to us today. He's like, um, I know you lost hope, but stick with me. You you will see it. And he's saying, I love I love this I love this part where it says um, so, so trade the typical for something colorful. Um, Not having hope is typical because of what is happening in the world today. He said, trade it for something that is not typical, which is to have hope. It's so easy to be negative and so easy to doubt what God has said. And he's saying, if it's crazy to have hope, live a little crazy. Go for go for having hope. Go for having faith. He's saying, don't be afraid of it. I'm on the other side of this. I'm I'm with you. I know what you're going through. He said he said stick with me and you'll do something great. Together we'll do something great. No matter how long it takes, no matter what you have to go through, um, we'll do something great together. So that's why I read The Greatest Showman, because it reminded me of what God is saying to us. He's saying, um, come out of the drudgery of life and the walls that keep you in. Come out of those old fashioned mindsets and believe again, hope again, pray again. And that's what he's saying today. Oh, I'm so sorry about my last video that I forgot to include this, but I had to include this because I realized in my last video I didn't say anything about. I read the thing from the Greatest Showman, but I didn't say why I was including it and why I read that scripture about waiting patiently for hope. The Lord is saying also today too is to I know you've hoped before. I've known you love before, but have hope and wait patiently for it. He gave me 3 W's in the middle of the night when I was thinking of this sermon. He says, wait, worship, and work. So he said, you can work while you're waiting. Like, and it might seem like an oxymoron, but he said an oxymoron means something, two things that can't happen at the same time, but two parallels that work at the same time. It may seem like an oxymoron, but it's not. So before you get your church, you can preach online. Or before you get your husband, you can learn, you can read books about marriage and learn from other people about how to be a good wife. Before you get to where you're going, you can work towards where you're going. And he said, you can also wait and work at the same time. So while you're working, you're also waiting for the fulfillment of what God has promised you. He's saying, don't give up. It's coming. You just have to wait for it. And while you're waiting is not like a days ago. Waiting is active. Waiting means you're working while you're waiting. You're worshiping while you're waiting. You're praying while you're waiting. You're fasting while you're waiting. You're doing all this. You're preparing when you're waiting while you're waiting. You're going to school while you're waiting. You're working at what seems to be a menial job while you're waiting. You're working while you're waiting, and he's saying to work while you're waiting is very important because it teaches you skills that you need for this next level, as I said last week. So, thank you guys. I swear this is the last time I'm coming on today. I just realized watching the playback video, I didn't explain why I read The Greatest Showman. I just kind of read it and left it there. And sorry, that was my fault. So have a great day, both of you, YouTube and Facebook. God bless.